Well, welcome. We have another great program for you this month. And today I have the lead counselor from the Dayton High School, Miss Laura Ressler. Welcome. We're glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
So before I get into the actual program and the questions, why don't you tell the families a little bit about yourself? Because you are a Dayton Bronco.
I am a Dayton Bronco.
Through and through.
Yes, I am. My name is Laura Ressler, and I have worked for Dayton ISD for the past 25 years in a variety of capacities. I started off as a junior high teacher, and then I moved to the high school where I taught social studies. And for the past 10 years, I've been in the counseling department. I am a Bronco through and through. I was raised in Dayton. I graduated from Dayton, the class of 96. My parents graduated from Dayton in the class of 68. My grandpa graduated from Dayton in the class of 38. So we bleed purple in my family. And my husband graduated from Dayton as well.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Okay. So you have become the lead counselor this year.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's a lot of responsibilities and a lot of things that you've got to plan.
Yes.
So
Yes.
What's the very first thing that's coming up? Because we've got a busy spring semester.
We do have a very busy spring semester. So the first thing that's coming up, and it's actually my favorite thing that we do in my office, is we are going to be getting ready to choose our classes for the 25-26 school year. And I know that it seems like that's really far away, but in order for us to prepare and make sure that we're ready for our students, we need to start now so we can do what the students need us and want us to do.
Right. And you know what a lot of people really don't understand is the high school actually has to dip down to the junior high.
That is correct.
And y'all go and do something at the junior high. What do y'all do there?
So what we do at the junior high, and this is really exciting, is we have what's called a CTE Roundup.
Okay, CTE, time out. What does CTE stand for?
So CTE stands for Career Technology Education, and it's what you might have thought of as an elective, perhaps, for those of you who are a little bit older. That is where all of our electives are housed within our CTE department. And so our CTE department goes to our junior high, and it's going to be on January 30th this year. And they're going to do what I like to call a lunch and learn. So they're going to have all of their departments represented, the ag department, the family and community services department, the AV department. They're going to go to the junior high. They're going to be available for the students to explore, ask questions about for lunch that day. And then that evening, they're going to have the opportunity for parents to come and meet all the CTE teachers, learn about those departments as well, because we want our parents to be a part of that decision-making process.
And that's January the 30th.
January the 30th.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's for all 8th grade parents?
That's for all 8th grade parents. Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
And where is that going to be held?
It's going to be held at the junior high. That's where they're housed.
Okay.
And so we want them to be comfortable. We want them to want to ask questions, to want to find out about what the high school has to offer.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that there is a law that states that the 8th grade kids have got to select their pathway before they get into high school. Is that correct?
That is correct. It is referred to as an endorsement. Every 8th grader will choose an endorsement or a pathway of study. We want that pathway to relate to the students' interests, their careers, their life goals. And they choose that as an 8th grader, and we help them implement that across 4 years. Now, we understand.
I was going to say, when I was in 8th grade, I had no clue what I was going to do. So what if I change my mind?
That's okay. It's just a meeting with your counselor. Julie Wilner is our 9th grade counselor, so you would just schedule a meeting, a phone call, an email with Ms. Wilner. She can help you find a new endorsement, a new pathway, and help you fulfill that so that you can meet your own personal career goals.
Because that's part of graduation.
It is part of graduation. Okay. We do want all of our students to have a pathway that's going to help them after they finish high school.
So another thing that we really focus in on at the high school is called the CCMR thing.
Yes, ma'am.
And that is
College, Career, and Military Readiness.
Okay, so the state wants all of our kids to be ready to go in some pathway as they graduate, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
So let's talk a little bit about the college pathway. It seems like we allow kids to take college credit.
We do. We allow our students to take dual credit. We have a partnership with Lead College. We offer over 50 hours of Lead College dual credit.
I didn't realize it was that much.
It is 50 hours.
40. Wow,
yes.
Okay.
In a variety of instructional methods. Some of our teachers here at DHS are actually Lead College adjunct professors. We have some classes that are virtual classes or online classes, and so we provide a computer lab for the students to access that curriculum.
Great.
In addition, we have some technical programs.
Mm-hmm.
Our technical programs are not included in that 50 hours, by the way. They're additional hours. Yes, ma'am. And you actually get to go to Liberty, Baytown. We actually have some of those technical programs on our campus. And so students get to work on getting certificates from Lead College that they can take into the workforce. Process tech, electrical, logistics. What else do we have?
Welding.
Cybersecurity, welding, and cosmetology.
Wow, our kiddos can graduate from high school, and I just saw where 3 of our boys just got a Lead College, was it an associate or a certificate?
It's a level 1 certificate in process technology, so we're very happy and very proud of them. They worked very hard.
So when they get out of high school, they're not just college ready, they're career ready.
They are career ready. They can go and they can apply for those jobs at those plants right down the road.
Awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
That's great. But there's other ways that they can get besides dual credit through Lead College.
Yes.
College courses. Yes. And how's that?
So we have 2 options.
Okay.
We have advanced placement. Advanced placement is a little bit similar to our academic dual credit courses.
And it's known as like AP. So
AP,
you hear AP.
Exactly. Yes. And so you can get college credit through our advanced placement program. You participate in the class. You take a test at the end of the year, and if you perform well on the test, you can get the college credit that way.
That's awesome.
We also have something called dual enrollment. That is our on-ramps programming.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It is a partnership with the University of Texas.
Ah.
And we have 3 science classes that the partnership is between a UT professor and the Dayton High School professor. They work together. Wow. The UT professor provides their knowledge. The Dayton High School teacher supports that. They do labs, and they're allowed to pick up some science college credit as well from UT.
So how does that work with grades? So you have 2 professors, just like dual credit or AP courses. You don't get 2 grades, right?
Well,
do you?
There is a high school grade and there is a college grade. And so the student can see both of their grades at the same time. They can determine, does my college grade, is that going to go on my transcript? Do I like that college grade? Do I think I could do a little better? And then they have their high school grade, which is based off of their high school work, and that goes on their high school transcript.
Okay. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's a great opportunity.
So, that leads me on to another focus that y'all really work on, and I think you've already started on this.
We have.
Scholarships.
Yes, we have.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about scholarships. How does that work?
Okay. So a student can reach out on the internet. I think we all know that, for lots of different scholarship opportunities.
Sure, absolutely.
But we do have some opportunities that are in-house. People who have reached out to Dayton High School and said, we want to honor your Dayton High School students.
And we have a lot of those, don't we?
We do have a lot of those. We have a very generous community here in the Liberty County area.
Thank y'all for that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And so we have a process that we go through. We have all those scholarships. They are all available in our counseling office. We also have them available in our senior English classes. Our senior English classes have already started working on those applications. They're filling those applications out right now as we speak in their English classes.
I thought y'all had started.
We are. They are working on their the application itself. They are working on the essay. They are building their resumes and their cover letters so that they'll be ready as the scholarships come up, that they can apply and submit them.
So that makes me think, y'all have a general scholarship form, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So in other words, I can have my senior child actually fill that out, and that will go for multiple chances to get various scholarships, correct?
It will. That scholarship, that general scholarship application is the application process for a variety of scholarships. Mm-hmm. The student just has to let us know, I want to submit the scholarship application to this scholarship. I need to submit the scholarship application to this scholarship.
So let me ask you this, Ms. Ressler. What if I'm sitting out there and I'm listening to this and it sounds great, my child really, really wants to go to college, but colleges are expensive. and we've got other kids that we're still raising. That should not stop kids from going to college just because they're a financial situation, right?
That is correct. There scholarships, that's one way to finance college, but there's also grants. There are loans. Another one of those items that the state requires us to do as part of our duties as counselors is introduce the FAFSA form. The FAFSA form is for federal aid for our students. Every student is supposed to explore the FAFSA. We will help them fill out their FAFSA form.
And it's a requirement for graduation.
Now, some students recognize, I don't think this is for me, and we can help them through that process as well. But we encourage every student to explore the FAFSA to find out what is available to me, because sometimes we just don't know what we can or can't get from that process.
There's also part of the FAFSA process that there's grants, there's loans, and then there's this workforce that allows kids that go to a college or a university and they actually work, and they don't actually get paid, but it works off their college and tuition, right?
That's a great opportunity.
And it's all done through the FAFSA.
It is all done through the FAFSA.
And is the FAFSA still, it used to be where it was first come, first served. So the sooner you got in on getting your application in, more funds were available.
Yes, it is still like that.
Okay.
That being said, there are millions of dollars of federal aid that goes unclaimed every year.
Oh, wow.
It's true. So regardless of what your plan might be in January, that plan may change in May. So fill out that FAFSA form.
Lots of scholarships and grants to be found.
Yes,
okay, that's great. Which leads me to the next level, which is where we want to ultimately go, is that walking across that stage, graduation. So can you give us a little bit of what are some information that maybe some of our senior parents need to know?
So as we approach May, which is our graduation, May 24th at the NHS Center and Montaigne Center.
Okay, hold on. NHS Center?
NHS Center at the Montaigne Center. Yes.
Okay, so this is the same place we've always had it in Beaumont at Lamar University. They've just had a name change, right?
Yes, same exact location.
Perfect. That's a great place.
Yes, it is. It's a great place. It's air conditioned.
And it holds so many.
Yes, it does.
It's great.
It does.
Yeah.
And we always have a great crowd.
Okay. So. Yes, we do. So graduation is May the 24th.
May the 24th. And so as we approach that day, your kids' teachers are going to be working with them to get their classes completed. Your counselors are going to be working with them to make sure everything's in place. We're going to have lots of fun activities as we approach graduation.
Oh, what are some of those activities?
Okay, so we have a senior field trip that's coming up just the next month or two.
Oh, that is one of my favorite things. That they tell the folks about that.
Well, they are going to Main Event this year, and it's going to be a lot of fun. If you don't know about it, please log into your senior Google Classroom, talk to Dr. Wright, talk to Ms. Billings, talk to Mr. Noble. Your senior knows about it. Make sure they're letting you know about it. So that event is coming up soon. As we approach the end of the semester, we have, of course, our field trips where we explore our heritage in Dayton. We go to the Rosenwald Center and the old school.
And the Sports Hall of Fame.
And the Sports Hall of Fame, that's right.
Y'all, if you didn't know that we have 3 museums right here in Dayton, then you need to go take advantage because it's free. All of them are free.
All the time.
It is. It's great. Yes. Okay.
We also have Senior Sunset, which is kind of the capstone event for our seniors. It's their last time to kind of gather as a senior class, kind of
bittersweet,
commemorate, commiserate, and celebrate.
I like that. I like that. And then there's project graduation.
There is project graduation.
Yes.
Project graduation takes place after graduation. It's a safe way for your seniors to celebrate their graduation. There are tons and tons of prizes and fun and just opportunities. Again, that last chance to kind of gather, not just with the other seniors, but with our senior PTO parents, with our senior teachers, with our DHS staff. Everyone just has a really good time.
So with all this, there's one little piece that we really didn't talk about, and this is probably the most challenging part, is not to let those seniors get senioritis.
Yes. Yes. The journey is not over yet. We're almost there, but we haven't quite made it. We have one more stop at Buc-ee's.
That's
okay,
right.
So let's keep going. We're not quite finished with our journey. We have a few more months to go. It's going to be a few months full of fun, full of excitement, but we have to keep our eyes on the prize.
I like that, eyes on the prize. All right, so we're going to finish strong, folks. Class of 2025.
Can't believe it.
I can't either. Thank you so much, Ms. Ressler. You have given us a ton of things to understand and know. And even the folks that have smaller children, this is where your children need to understand. We've got so many events and information and ways that we can help as they graduate all the way through. So thank you for your time, and thank you for what you do.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for what you do.
Yes, ma'am. Well, stay tuned for some reminders. Don't forget, and you heard Ms. Ressler talking about the CTE Roundup Lunch and Learn, which is going to be for all our 8th graders. I believe that's January the 30th, and then that night, all 8th grade parents are invited to go back up to the junior high at 6 o'clock for a parent night. So put those on your calendar. And I did notice that there was some social media questions the other day about when is Dayton ISD's 100th day of school. I can give you that. It's going to be February the 3rd. So get those canes out and that gray wigs and get those kids dressed up. So the last reminder I kind of want to talk to y'all about is we have the Wall of Fame nominations. And you might say, well, what in the world is the Wall of Fame? That is something that started back early in the 1999s and early 2000s. And that is for a way to honor some professional employees of Dayton ISD. And that would include administrators, teachers, counselors, librarians, and nurses. There is a little bit of criteria that they have to have worked at least 5 years in Dayton ISD, and they have to have been retired at least 5 years in order to get the award. So where do you get the nominations? Any Dayton ISD professional employee who's worked at least 5 years, who you thought were outstanding, great for the kids, and you want to honor them, you can go online to our website and fill out an application. The application deadline is February the 7th. This year we will select one new Wall of Fame inductee. Well, there you have it. I hope you have a very safe, warm January, February. See you next time.